Hello and welcome. Have you ever wondered about branding and what it's all about and whether you even need it and whether it's important for you in your life and business? Well, I'm here with Coach Pro for You, CEO Dawn McGee, who is one of the coaches in our branding class with myself and Coach Kebie. And we're here to talk to you about the branding class and just to see if it's something that might be a fit for you. So Dawn, maybe introduce yourself a little bit and then we'll get into the meat of what the branding class is all about.
Hi everybody, I'm Dawn McGee. I am the CEO and founder of Coach Pro for You. I'm a published author, motivational speaker, mother, wife, just busy person.
Yes.
And so branding, yes. Do we need branding? Absolutely. Everybody needs this course. Every single person needs branding. It doesn't matter what business you're in. You are your own brand. As we go about our daily lives, as we walk and talk and greet people and interact, we're creating our own brand, whether we think it or not. So everything that we do, everything that we say, everything that we follow on social media, everything that we comment on, every like, every dislike, every positive post, every not so nice post, that brands us in one way, shape, or another. So yes, everybody needs a brand, this branding course, so that they are creating and cultivating the brand that they want for themselves and their business.
Yes, it's very important. So can you describe, Dawn, a little bit about what is a brand? And you mentioned that it's really important and it incorporates everything you do in your life. But more specifically in this course, some of the things that are taught in the course that help somebody understand what their brand would be and how they can develop it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Penny. So what is a brand? And well, first off, if you don't brand yourself, society and others will brand you. You will become branded regardless. So you really get to, as I say on the title of my book, color your canvas of life. You get to color the way your brand looks regardless. So some of the things that we're going to talk about is in this course is your mission, your vision, your values. What are you known for? What are the things that people can bank on for you and your business? So what do you represent? What do you mean? And how do you do that? How do you build your brand effectively and efficiently? That we kind of deep dive into that in this course, as well as how do you communicate it? How do you succinctly communicate very concisely what it is that you're all about without coming off too salesy? That's the key right there, too salesy. Too many people, when they meet individuals, they just want to launch right into their sales pitch. And that's not what it's about. It's about building relationships the right way. So I actually teach a lot of that portion in my Network and Grow Your Business course, but we do bring a little bit of that in there. And then when you do create your brand, we're talking about tracking, measuring, the 10 principles of branding. I'm not going to go through those principles. We'll go through all those in the course, as well as your tagline. So communication is key when it comes to branding. Do what you say what you mean, and keep your word. But then also, how do you say it? What is it that you want to communicate to your audience, whomever your audience is? Who's your target audience? Also, the consistency of your brand. So that's kind of where a lot of people bring in the colors, I think. They think that it's all about colors, and branding is all about my logo. What colors do I have? Am I consistent with my colors? And branding is so much more than that. In fact, I'm going to say this. You don't need a logo. You don't need specific colors. You don't need all that to brand yourself. We have branded ourselves long before we ever come up with a logo, a tagline, and all that. Now, you might have a negative brand. There may be some negativity to your brand. And if that's the case, you just need to evaluate that ahead of time and try to make that change. Make it to more of a positive. And, we can teach you how to do that as well. Visual branding, it's the what, the why, the how. That's where the logo and the colors come in. So you've got yourself, you are your own brand, and then you have that other stuff. And then with that comes creating graphics and then social media platforms. We kind of touched on that just a little bit already, but we do talk about that some. And what footprint or fingerprint do you want left? So what we're liking, what we're following, what we're saying, what we're speaking to, what we fail to say in the presence of others. If someone happens to say something derogatory, do we just keep our mouths shut and not say anything? Because, if you don't say anything or disagree with what's being said and then walk away, basically you're in agreement with what that person said, whether you realize it or not. That's the message that's communicated. And then promoting and marketing. So there's a whole lot more that goes into branding, and we teach a lot of that stuff. This is a 6-week course with 3 coaches, and then you also will wind up getting a 1-hour coaching session with each of us separate. So yeah, it's definitely advantageous. If you've never had a branding course before, this is definitely one. It's a $3,000 plus course that we're offering at a extremely reduced price for January, just to kick off the new year.
Yes, so thank you so much, Dawn. That was great, some great information. Yeah, so often a lot of people, like you touched on, think of branding as just the logo and just the colors. And like you said, in this course, it's so much more. It touches on every aspect of your brand. Like you said, how you communicate, how you even meet somebody face to face as well as online, and how that all can speak of your brand and your message. So if somebody was thinking, well, I don't know if branding is important to me, what kind of person, whether they're a small business owner, whether they're an entrepreneur, what kind of person might be looking at this and thinking, is this for me? Would it be for me?
So and that's a great question, Penny. It could be the stay-at-home mom who's running an online business. It could be or anybody who's at home running an online business. It could be somebody that's already in business, that has a small business, a medium-sized business, what have you. And it really can be anybody who maybe they're not even in business yet, and they want to start some sort of business. They know, hey, I want another stream of income. I'm not sure how to do it. I'm not sure where to begin. And at least this will be a start for them. You can have a very well-established business. Some of the folks that have taken our branding course already, they're individuals who have had businesses. It could be a doctor. It could be anybody, any profession, attorneys, whatever business out there. It could be construction companies, painters, realtors. This is a great business for realtors, CPAs, bookkeepers, anybody who's in marketing, just about any business you can think of out there. This is a great course for them. At the very least, you are going to learn what it takes to brand yourself. You have to be a product of the product regardless of what it is that you're doing. You have to walk the walk, talk the talk, and you've got to be a product of the product.
Yes, very good. Yes, and like Dawn said, it's 6 weeks, and there's a lot of information shared because there's 3 coaches. So myself, I do teach on the visual aspect of coaching, of the visual brand. But also Kebie Whitehead and Dawn bring the whole picture of communication and how you do marketing and everything else that goes with branding. The visual aspect is only one little part, and it's usually the part that people think of first, but it's only one little part. And it actually, what I say is that it is a way to get out your message that you've already established in the first part of the course with Dawn and with Kebie. So you have to lay that foundation of your branding first before you even get to the visual aspect. So very good information, Dawn. Thank you so much for sharing. And if anybody wanted to check out this course, get some information, the outline, and the next course is actually starting in January, but if they wanted to get a hold of you or myself or Kebie, what do you think is the best way? Through Facebook, through email? What do you think?
Yep. If the individual is, whoever's watching this, if you're watching this via Facebook, I would Facebook message the person who sent you to this video. If you're my friend or a friend of my friend, I would Facebook myself. If you're Penny's friend or a friend of Penny's friend, Facebook Penny. If you're a friend of Kebie Whitehead's or a friend of that person who happens to be a friend of her, I would Facebook message her. That's the best way. If you know us personally and you have our phone numbers or email addresses, that's fine as well. Just ask. And you know, Penny, as you were talking, I was thinking about one other thing. Who else this would be good for is people, several people who are authors and speakers. They don't think they really have a business per se because they're an author and then they go speak about their book and do book signings. This is a great course for anybody who is an author or even a speaker as well.
Great, yes. And the beauty of it is as well, is it doesn't matter where you live because it's an online course. And there are weekly group sessions that we all come together and go over the training online. So it's not, it doesn't matter where you live. It's an online course. So that's another beauty of this course. All right. Well, is there anything else, Dawn, that you might want to share before we close out?
Yes, there's one more thing. Since you mentioned that the online course, now the beauty of that is you get to take this from the comfort of your own home. And in addition to that, not only do you get to take it from the comfort of your own home, you get to do it at your speed. So we do meet in group via a Zoom one night a week. However, if you can't make that particular Zoom, we record the sessions. So guess what? If you missed it and something else came up, as busy people, we have all kinds of things that come up from time to time, especially if we have children and what have you. You can then just go ahead and watch the recording and don't feel like you've missed anything. The only thing that you've missed was the opportunity to be live on a Zoom to be able to ask real-time questions. So you can always send those questions off and we can answer them in the next Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the great thing about being on the Zoom, though, is that you are there with a community of people. So you can, if you didn't think of a question, but somebody else thought of a question that's really helpful, that can help you. So it's a nice community of everybody learning together and everybody's different perspectives. So you can learn a lot even just in the group. So that's another big benefit of the course.
Yes, that is good. It's very advantageous. It's advantageous to be a part of the community and to be able to be there. But I will say that the other nice benefit is when you do, because things do come up from time to time. If you have to miss one, they are recorded. So I think that's really good. It's very important for busy people to know that so they don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't commit to 6 whole weeks every day this time. this day of the week, say for our January session, it's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if that person has something coming up on 2 of those 6, Zoom days, does that mean, oh gosh, I gotta wait till next session? No, it doesn't. It means that's okay, just jump on in. You can watch the recording. If you have questions ahead of time, I would encourage you to send those questions ahead of time and they can be answered on the Zoom.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks again, Dawn, for your time and meeting with me and sharing about this course.
You're welcome. Thank you, Penny, for the interview.
All right, take care.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.